it continues with the box. There is no writing on the back. Just says the power green security stamp on the bottom. And opening the box, you see the phone and a couple of freebies. Just a note, for a phone that retails as much as the Flash 2, which is 6,190 on Lazada, this actually has a very nice box. So you get a screen protector with the package. These are headphones. As you can see, it's completely sealed. I haven't opened it yet. So you get headphones with the package. They're okay. They're not amazing looking, but what do you expect? Come on, guy, open up. So this is the USB cable. You have the charger. You have the phone. Obviously, let me see if I can take that out for you. You have a quick start guide. And as a special bonus, Alcatel is also including a very nice, we call this cover, flip cover. Now this actually goes in the back. The back of the Flash 2, sorry, is removable, and we're going to be talking about that in a bit. And this cover actually does not just slip on the phone. This actually replaces the back cover of the Flash 2, which is rather great. Means it won't get loose once you're using it and stuff like that. So let's clean this up a little bit so it's not going to be distracting us while we actually do our unboxing. So here is the phone. So this is the Flash 2. Let me unlock that for you guys. This is the Flash 2. Compared to the Flash Plus, this is a little bit smaller. It has a 5-inch IPH HD IPS high definition display as opposed to the 5.5-inch IPS display of the Flash Plus. Doesn't have Gorilla Glass protection, but it does have Asahi Dragon Trail protection. And one of the things that you probably noticed by now is that, just look at that. You notice anything different? That is stock Android, guys. This is stock Android. One of the things that we really didn't like about the Flash Plus was that it shipped with Alcatel's or Liwa UI or Liwa OS. So essentially, it's, all the other Chinese manufacturers actually have their own reinterpretation of Android, which essentially just takes out what do you call this, the app drawer, and lays all of your apps out on there. We really didn't like that, to be honest. It makes it feel a little bit too much like an iPhone, and we don't really appreciate that. And there's also a lot of bloatware installed, and Alcatel, God bless their hearts, they understood that people were not a fan of that. It's a vestige of actually selling phones in mainland China, and they were very cognizant enough to actually understand that not Western countries actually don't appreciate that, and they took it out, which is amazing. We love that. We love the fact that they are smart enough and they are aware enough, and they're not too proud to actually say maybe we shouldn't put that in there. So big thumbs up to Alcatel for actually doing that. So the phone is smaller. Build quality this time around, we actually like the build quality of the Flash 2. The Alcatel Flash Plus, the first one that we actually saw here in the Philippines, we weren't impressed by the build quality, to be honest. While it was sturdy, it was good enough, we felt a little plasticky, a little cheap. It looked kind of generic. The Flash 2, on the other hand, looks great. It has this very nice textured finish on the back, kind of like the One Plus. There's a definite visual flair. The green motif is back here on the rear camera, as you can see. We're going to be talking about that in a bit. It looks great. The back of the Flash 2, let me see if I can see that, is removable. So you can take this out, which actually reveals the SIM cards and the micro SIM. So storage is expandable. The thing is, the battery is not. The battery, they actually downgraded the battery from 3,500 mAh on the Flash Plus to around 3000 mAh, so from 3.5 to 3000 mAh on this particular phone. Let's put that back in. Okay, so let's talk about specs. The Flash 2 sports a 1.3 GHz MediaTek MT6753 octa-core processor, which is a downgrade of sorts, and we'll be explaining that in a bit, compared to the MediaTek 1.5 GHz MediaTek MT6752M octa-core processor. Still has 2 GB of RAM, has 16 GB of storage, which is expandable, 13 megapixel rear camera, but this time around, this particular phone actually uses Sony's ISOCELL sensor at the back, has autofocus, dual LED, dual tone flash, and it actually uses phase AF, phase autofocus, dual SIM, dual LTE on both SIMs. Again, 3000 mAh battery, Android 5.1 Lollipop, priced at 61,190. 6,190. So that's the price for this particular phone. And yeah, the phone feels really, it's just definitely more premium than the original or the Flash Plus. The Flash 2 is actually great. So let's talk about the processor. But first, let's show you the Antutu score. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in. So, score is 34,290. That's a far cry from the 40K points of the Flash Plus. So is it a downgrade? Well, kind of, but not really. The thing is, this particular processor is actually more efficient. One of the main reasons why Alcatel actually used this processor over the previous one is because this particular processor has more LTE bands. Now, more LTE bands means you can take this phone anywhere with you and LTE will still work. I forgot how many LTE bands that this particular phone supports. They just said that it's definitely a lot. Also, this particular processor will also be more power efficient than the previous one. So even though you are actually losing 500 mAh of battery over the previous phone, chances are it'll last longer on a single charge compared to the Flash Plus. So let's try Marvel's Future Fight. I actually pre-installed it already. This is the initial, I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom in. This is the initial fight when you actually start the game, when you're a first-time player. So I have access to a lot of superheroes plus a lot of their special powers. Let's skip that. I really don't want to see you talk. So I want you to take a look at the lag spikes as we attack and as we use special powers. So skill. So I am actually getting hit with lags. Not that bad, to be honest. I hope you guys can see that. It's hard to actually play. Oh, there you go. We're getting hit by lag spikes, but it's not that bad. Yes, I do. Okay. So now we're going to be using all the powers, all the ultimates, so you can actually see if the game as all the special things start happening. Okay, so the game's starting to. So we're getting hit by lag spikes, but it's not as bad as a phone that's running a Snapdragon 615 processor. The phone definitely has enough juice to actually keep running. So let's explore the camera. Alcatel says they actually reworked the camera on this particular phone a lot, so I won't be able to actually give you pictures because I'm shooting in a darkened room. We'll just put in camera samples in the website. I'll link below once we take it. So this time around, you're actually given a lot of camera options, or shooting options, or shooting modes. So you have photo, superfine, HDR, panorama track, face beauty, picture-in-picture live photo. Live photo is actually pretty interesting because it actually mimics the photo or the feature of their live photo feature of Apple on their iPhone. Also, the front-facing camera, which is I think 5 megapixels. Let me confirm. Yep, 5 megapixels. Has a LED flash in front. So, face beauty. So let's see if we can actually switch this way. Switch. Oh, there we go. There's the switch. So it has a LED flash. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if we can actually turn it on. Yeah. Camera. Okay. Can't actually see. But it has an LED flash here. I don't know if you can see that with my camera. LED flash here and the actual camera over here. So that means you can actually take selfies even in the dark without actually fearing that, you know, your selfies are gonna look bad and essentially just are terrible looking. There's also I don't know if you can see that again. There's a hardware shutter key. There's a dedicated shutter button on the side of the flash, which allows you to take photos. You know, just press on it and start taking photos. So you are really going to be able to use the camera on the Flash 2 easily whenever you need to, just like that, without having to just fumble for the camera key and whatever. So what do we think? What are initial impressions of this? This is actually a very good phone. At only 6,190 pesos, it's amazing that Alcatel managed to put all of those features and all that build quality in this particular phone. Is it a downgrade over the Flash Plus? We will know once we actually finish our review. Right off the bat, the body is way nicer compared to the Flash Plus. I'm sorry about that, Alcatel, but you know, it's just we're not really fans of the overall look of the Flash Plus. The Flash 2, on the other hand, looks fantastic. We really love how it looks and all of the freebies. Actually, the back of the Flash, let me just see if I can grab the thing. The back of the Flash 2, once you actually take this out, let me do that real quick. Zoom out so you can see what I'm doing. So once you take this out real quick and you actually put in the fake leather flip cover, man, it looks gorgeous. It looks really great. It looks really awesome.